Hello friends, welcome back to Restart UPSC. So far we have completed 20 questions of 2015 paper. Now we'll be starting with 21st question. Okay, let's go to the 21st question. Which one of the following issues the Global Economic Prospect reports? See friends, if you know, we know. If you don't know, please try to skip these type of questions. People say that try to opt for the odd one out, visual odd one out. See, sometimes it is very subjective because see here, visual odd one out. See, this option is looking very big. They also say that go for the larger option. Okay. This is also looking very short, right? You cannot differentiate whether this question is asking about very shorter or very lengthier, right? So please don't try to do these type of mistakes. I have done. That's why I'm telling to you. Okay. This is not waste of time. Please try to understand, friends. I've made many mistakes. I've lost five items. Okay. That's why I'm trying to give my personal examples as well. Okay. And also trying to give when there are elimination is working, I'm telling when it is not working also, I'm telling it is not working. Okay. So you should know both the things, right? This is the knowledge based question only, not a trick based question. Answer is World Bank. If you know, we know. But if you don't know, please don't try to attempt these type of questions. Okay. Sometimes it may get correct, it may get wrong, right? That risk we should not take. We should not leave it to the fate. Now, coming to the keywords, see here. He's asking about reports and he has given organizations, right? So we need to make reports, that means organizations, and what are the reports it is releasing. Okay, there are many organizations apart from that where they will be releasing many important reports. So we'll try to make notes out of it. Okay, even if you Google it also, many people they have made a tabular form as well. In Vivek Singh book also, you can able to see, I think, right? We'll try to complement it. I'll make notes out of it also definitely, and I'll share in the Telegram channel. Okay, you also try to make your own notes, right? You also try to list all the things which we are discussing in these videos, that these things are important. What are the dimensions coming, right? So that we'll make our own notes and we'll supplement with the notes which I'm providing in the Telegram, right? Now, answer is D. Okay. Now, coming to 22nd question. When the Reserve Bank of India reduces the statutory liquidity ratio, see here, SLR is decreased. That means banks will be having more amount to lend now, right? Now, which of the following is likely to happen? See here, see in the options. India's GDP growth rate increases drastically. See drastically, extreme statement. Now, foreign institutional investors may bring more capital into our country. Okay. Scheduled commercial banks may cut their lending rates. See here, already this SLR is reduced. So banks has now more amount to lend to the public, right? But if the interest rates are kept in that level only, public will think that okay, banks are lending in that rate only. But when banks are reducing the interest rates, now public will get that impression that okay, now banks are lending in the very less rates, so we can take the loans, right? See here, scheduled commercial banks may cut their lending rates so that it creates the interest in the public side to take the loans from the bank. Okay, this is the most likely outcome. Answer is C. See, it may drastically reduce the liquidity of the to the bank. See, it is increasing the liquidity, not reducing. But he's telling drastically. This is only 50 basis points. That means I think 50 basis points means 0.5%. If I'm wrong, please tell me in the comments, friends. Sorry. Okay, I think 50 basis points is 0.5% only. This very little reduction, right? So answer is C. Sorry. Answer is right. See here, what are the important things? We have to read about RBI and its tools, SLR, right? And there are other tools of RBI. So ultimately, we have already discussed in 2013 and 2014, right? RBI becomes very important. Banking system becomes very important. Okay, its tools and all these things. Okay, let's not discuss it again and again. Okay, we'll read from the relevant source, whichever source we are following. Now, coming to 23rd question. With reference to the use of nanotechnology in the health sector, which of the following statements is are correct? Now, targeted drug delivery is made possible by nanotechnology. Made possible, right? Yes, now we are using nano drugs so that it gives the targeted uh, drug delivery to the diseases. Right? Statement 1 is correct. Nanotechnology can largely contribute to gene therapy. Can largely contribute to gene therapy. This is also a general statement. Don't think that this largely is a extreme word. Okay. This statement is also correct. We are using nanotechnology. Right. I cannot say that CRISPR-Cas9 is a molecular scissor, but it is also in the nanoscale only, very smaller scale, right? But it's not part of nanotechnology, okay? But I'm just telling so that we can relate to that, right? So answer is both. Most of the cases in the science and technology questions, most of the cases, not always. If you see in the 2024 paper, the question was on hydrogels, but UPSC has not given all of the above as an answer. Okay. But most of the cases in the science and technology, we have to be careful with the statements. If these statements are in correlation with the question, most of the cases, the application based questions will be all of the above only. Most of the cases. Okay. But please try to check with the statements and with the question as well. Okay. Everything cannot be possible. Right? We have seen in the 2013 paper that sugarcane, this molasses can be used in the chemical fertilizers, right? Since this molasses, it is an organic one, it cannot be used as a chemical fertilizer. It becomes an organic fertilizer, right? So this we basically plays with this type of words. So we need to be careful. Not always application-based questions will be all of the above as an answer, okay? But we need to be careful with those questions. Let's see here. What are the important things here? We need to read about nanotechnology in the science and tech, and as well its application in the health sector, right? Even the health sector becomes important. Science and technology, health is very important topic, right? We need to revise these topics from a conventional source, right? Now coming to 24. In India, markets in agriculture products are regulated under. We have seen this. This answer has an option in the other question in the previous video on. See, agriculture market produce committee, right? It is constituted under Agriculture Market Produce Committee Act. Right? See here, market. This is a very easy question, friends. If you know, you know, and even if you don't know, also see here, market and market. It is very easy question. This is a basic question. Okay, there is nothing much to discuss. But see here, this topic is very important in the agriculture aspect and economic aspect as well. Right? There are many questions on this APMC and agriculture market regulation in the mains also and in the prelims as well. Right? So we need to focus on these markets, APMC, right? New amendments, new regulations, how they are modernizing APMCs, okay? Computerization, all NAM as well. All these things will be part of this, and we need to study these from the conventional source only, because this is a vast topic, right? And it is very crisply, comprehensively covered in our conventional books like Ramesh Singh, Vivek Singh, and Mural's notes also. Whichever thing you are following, we will revise from the sources, right? And we'll try to read at least few basics about Essential Commodities Acts, Agriculture Produce Act, okay, Forest Produce Act, because since UPSC has asked these as an options, maybe UPSC may frame the questions in the upcoming exams also, right? We'll try to make some comprehension, little important notes on these acts. I'll try to make notes on these things and I'll post in the Telegram also, right? Please mark these topics also and try to make your own notes. Okay. Now, which of the following is the national aquatic animal? Here, this was, I think, in 2014 paper we have seen, right? Answer is gangetic dolphin, right? Very simple, right? Nothing much to discuss. But see, what are the important things? See, these are all species, right? So we have to know about their IUCN status, okay? In Wildlife Protection Act, in which schedule they are there, right? All these things becomes important, and also what are the main characteristics of this? See, already we read the title. They uh, they do mass nesting in the Odisha coast in Gahirmata beach. So there are few characteristics of all these animals. We'll try to figure it out all these things, but because UPSC has asked about a waggle dance, right? It is asking the characteristics of the species and giving that species in the options, right? And UPSC has few very important species in its in its knowledge, and it makes repeated notes questions on this species only. Okay, so we'll try to make notes on species. Already I've made notes on few species and I've shared in the Telegram. I'll make notes on these species as well, and I'll share in the Telegram also. Okay, you people also try to read on these things. Okay, I'll not repeat it again. Okay, no. With reference to the Congress Socialist Party, consider the following statements. This was established by J. Prakash Narayan. Okay, in 1934, and it was within the Congress Party only. Okay, and the ideology is mostly it's a mixed ideologies. See, socialist, Congress ideology, that means liberal ideology, and Gandhiism also is mixed here. Okay, and since it is within the Congress, it owes its allegiance to the Indian National Congress as well. Right? The goals will be what? Goals will be definitely independence. Okay, they'll be against the British also. Now see your statements. It advocated the boycott of British goods and evasion of taxes. Since it is within the Congress and Congress has advocated all these things, yes, statement 1 will be correct. Now see, coming to statement 2, it wanted to establish the dictatorship of proletariat. No, since it is socialist, but it wanted to create a governance, okay, with the harmony between the bourgeois and the working class, okay, not totally the dictatorship of proletariat. So statement 2 is wrong. Now coming to third statement, it advocated separate electorate for the minorities and oppressed classes. No, I mean this is also wrong. See here, there is no correct appropriate answer in this. The answer becomes none. See, UPSC has framed these options in such a way that you know first statement is correct, and you think that okay, we know third statement is wrong, but we are left with this option. If we think that okay, it might have advocated for the dictatorship of proletariat, we'll opt the option A. But UPSC has made this type of option such that it wanted us to make the mistake. Right? Answer is none. Right? Now see, we have to read about this Congress Socialist Party, right, and all other parties which are part of Indian National Congress. Okay, even in the when Gandhiji has tried to, we know Gandhiji, he stopped the non-cooperation movement after the Chori Chora incident, and even at that moment also there was other party created, and there are few other parties like Subhash Chandra Bose also created, right? All these things means the parties which are within the Congress and not part of Congress also, all these things becomes important, right? Now get into the 27th question. Consider the following statements. Rajya Sabha has no power either to reject or to amend a money bill. Yes, see here. We have seen money bill question in 2013 paper, first question only, right? Now, Rajya Sabha cannot vote on demands for grants. Yes, it is the exclusive power of Lok Sabha only. Now, Rajya Sabha cannot discuss annual finance statement, which is budget, right? Yes, Rajya Sabha can discuss. Okay, so third statement is wrong. Answer is 1 and 2. This is very easy question only, friends. It is from Lakshmikant, right? We have already discussed what are the important things to be read when it comes to money bills, ordinary bills, amendment bills, right? All other financial bills. Okay, and Parliament chapter becomes very important. Now, powers of Lok Sabha, what are the powers of Rajya Sabha? All this. So we need to read Lakshmikant, especially Parliament chapter. Right? Now coming to 20th question. Government of India Act of 1919 clearly defined. See here, 1919. This act was mainly made for the to introduce a responsible government in the country, right? That means the jurisdiction of central and provincial governments, it was made, right, in the form of reserved subjects and transferred subjects, right? So answer is B. Okay, this is very easy question, right? It is part of Lakshmikant and also it is part of spectrum as well. Okay, since this is a polity related question, so we need to revise from the Lakshmikant. And these Government of India Act 1919, 1935, all the other charter acts, all these things are very important. Right? No need to study all the points. There are few most important points in those, and we have to focus on this, right? So we'll try to make notes on it. Of course, there are many notes available in Google. If you Google it also, there are many tabular forms available, but we'll try to make a crisp notes on it. Okay. Now, coming to 29th question. Which of the following brings out the consumer price index number for the industrial workers? Answer is labor. Industrial workers, labor bureau. Okay, relatable. Okay, I think this question was again asked in 2021 or 2022. I don't know, but I I had some. I can remember that when I was writing prelims in one of my attempts, I've seen this type of question. I think it is a repeated question. I think we'll find it when we are solving that question papers after 2020. Okay, answer is labor bureau. Right now, what are the important things? See, consumer price index. There are many indices. Okay, we know consumer price index, wholesale price index, all these things we have to read from the conventional source, whichever source we are following. Right? Coming to 30th question. In the context of modern scientific research, consider the following statements about ice cube, a particle detector located at South Pole, okay, which was recently in news. This is the world's largest neutrino detector, encompassing a cubic kilometer of ice. This statement is absolutely correct, friends. See, sometimes uh, the people who are telling about elimination techniques, all these things, they say that UPSC gives the numbers wrong. Usually, even in 2025 paper, I have made this mistake in the geography question. He has given that in the continental drift theory related question is there, no? It is said that there are few fossils where that evidences are in six different land masses. Six different land masses. I felt that number is UPSC generally gives number wrong, and I have marked that statement wrong. I have lost the 2.6 2.2 marks I have lost, and also I got the negative marks. Right. So usually we should not apply the tricks first. Okay, we should look at the statement on its face value only. What is the general meaning of it? Right? See here, it's telling largest neutrino laboratory and a cubic kilometer. If you really know that it is a cubic kilometer long, uh, largest area, you'll mark this statement as right. If you don't know, please don't attempt this type of questions. Okay. Plus don't apply this type of logics that UPSC gives numbers wrong and a range as correct. Okay. Sometimes it may be wrong, sometimes it may be correct. Okay. First go with the knowledge. And if you think that you are not able to attempt you are attempting only 70 questions, 75 questions, 60 questions, then you can go with this type of elimination techniques. If you are already attempting 80 to 85 questions, please try to avoid, because these type of questions, you may think that it might increase our marks, but you'll end up marking 95 questions, and this is deadly. Okay, in 2024, I attempted almost 100 questions, all the questions. In 2025, unknowingly, I have attempted 96 questions because of these type of elimination techniques only. Okay, but it is not safe. The safe limit is 80 to 85. Okay, please keep this in mind when you are attempting the prelims paper, because going beyond the elimination, going beyond overuse of elimination techniques will also be fatal to us, to our attempts. Okay, my life is a clear example, right? Now coming to statement number 2, it is a powerful telescope to search for dark matter. Yes, it is buried deep in the ice. Yes, these statements all are correct. I think since he is asking, it is in news, it was in current affairs then. Okay, answer is 1, 2, and 3. So, what are the important? We have to read about ice cube and also all the other observatories which are made on neutrinos. There are other developments which are coming, right? With neutral laboratories are there in Tamil Nadu. Also, we have a nuclear neutrino laboratory, right? So all the related topics, all the related experiments, right? All these things which are related to neutrino, we have to read. Here answer is 1, 2, and 3, and I'll try to make notes on all this and I'll share in the Telegram. Okay. Now coming to 31st question. The terms agreement on agriculture, agreement on application of sanitary and phytosanitary measures, and peace clause appear in news frequently in the context of affairs of. The answer is clearly World Trade Organization. See, agreement on agriculture. If you don't know this answer, you try to relate to the MSP. Why our country is not giving legal backup to MSP? Because if you give legal status to MSP, we'll be violating the WTO norms, right? Because WTO it gives clear clear criteria, okay, for the trade. We should not give undue importance to the products, okay, which are sold in the market. If you are giving more subsidies, the goods becomes cheaper, right? And it will become the part of unfair trade in the part of the world market. So World Trade Organization tries to regulate all these subsidies in the form of agreement on agriculture, okay, and also the trade as well, agreement on application of sanitary and phytosanitary measures. Most of the Indian products, they are rejected by the Western nations by using this clause, by misusing this clause to be precise. Okay, so if you know this, all these things are related to WTO. Okay, now what are the important things? See here, UPSC has given very important organizations: FAO, right? UN, FCCC, right? And UNEP, right? Now see here, this question is related to what? Generally, in the economic perspective, agriculture, right? Trade, phytosanitary and sanitary measures. Okay, see here, FAO is a organization on agriculture, right? Sustainable agriculture, all these things. Now see UNFCCC, it is on climate. UNEP is also on climate. But this question is on economy related. These UNFCCC and UNEP are environmental related. So you can remove these two options, right? At least if you don't know the answer, right? Now you are left with two options, A and C. Okay. Since you may think that here is agriculture is there, answer can be this. Okay. But see here, sanitary and phytosanitary measures and agreement on agriculture, these are mostly in use. You should relate it to World Trade Organization. Okay, at least we are converged to 50%, 50-50 chances. Okay, but this question is very easy, right? Answer is WTO, and we'll try to make notes on all these organizations. Okay, now coming to 32nd question. With reference to NFC technology, which of the following statements are correct? We are using this technology now for the transactions, right? From our smartwatch, also from our phones, right? Cashless transactions, and even if we cannot, now there is no need of removing cards. In metros also NFC is used, right? Now see the statements. It is a contactless communication technology that uses electromagnetic radio fields. Yes, radio field. It uses radio waves. Now NFC is designed for the use by devices which can be a distance of even a meter from each other. No, not a meter. I think we all use our credit cards, metro cards. We need to put it very closer to the scanner, right? So statement 2 is wrong. Now coming to statement 3, NFC can use encryption when sending sensitive information. Yes, can use encryption. Yes, it should use. Why? Because it is a contactless technology, and it it can lead to other discrepancies. So encryption is very much needed. This very basic feature should be it should be the basic feature of it, right? So answer is C, right? So we need to read about NFC and other technologies which are based on radio waves, right? Fast-tag and all these things. Okay, I'll try to make notes on it and share in the Telegram. Okay. Now coming to 33rd question. The area known as Golan Heights sometimes appears in news in the context of events related to. You know, Golan Heights is part of Syria and Israel occupied it in the Six-Day War, right? So it is part of Middle East. This is very easy question, friends, right? This is in news. Even now also it is very much relevant, right? Answer is Middle East. Now, the Middle East becomes very important to us, even at this present scenario also, because of the ongoing wars. Okay, so Middle East, we have to right, the places of Middle East. Okay, Mediterranean Sea, Gulf, all these things becomes very important. We should do mapping of all these things. Okay, I'll try to make notes on mapping also. What are the important things at least? Okay, and you people also try to study on Middle East. Okay, whatever thing present in Middle East, which are in news especially, we should read about it. Now, coming to 34th question, convertibility of rupee implies. See here, we are converting rupee, convertibility of rupee. That means convertibility of rupee to other currencies and vice versa. See here, being able to convert rupee notes into gold, allowing values of rupee to fixed by market forces, developing an international market for currencies in India. All these things, they are not the definition. This is the correct answer. And UPSC has asked these questions in mains as well. Because do we need to go for the full convertibility of rupee, of capital account, current account, all these things? Okay. So this convertibility topic is important. And here he is asking the definition of convertibility of rupee. Okay. Answer is C. This is the definition based question on defense. Very easy. Right? Now coming to 35th question. See medieval Indian state, present region. Okay. See here. Champaka. Right? Now you know Champaka is present region is Chamba. Okay. Durgara present region is Jammu. Right? Puluta is in Kullu. Okay. So these three statements are wrong. Answer is 2 only. Okay. So I think this is I think it should be the most difficult question, friends, because we don't know all these things right in the medieval Indian state, right? So better we should avoid these type of questions in answering. If we don't know, we should literally avoid all these things. Okay. So we'll try to make notes of the regions which are given in the NCRTs of ancient and medieval NCRTs, the theme 1 and theme 2. I'll try to make notes on the places and the regions which are present. Right? That would suffice. If the question is coming out of NCRTs, so no one can attempt it. If the people are attempting it also, most of the cases they will they'll get the negative marks only. So we should not be in that bracket. Here answer is B only. Now, what are the learnings? We'll try to make notes of the places which are present in NCRTs and their present regions. Okay, that would suffice. Now coming to 36th question. Which of the above are tributaries of Godavari? These rivers are very important. UPSC has asked about Narmada River in the 2013 paper. Right? Now it is asking about Godavari. See, Indravati and Pranahita are the tributaries of Godavari, and Vamsadhara is a standalone river. Right? It is also east flowing river, and Penna is also east flowing river, and it is south of Krishna River. Okay, your answer is 2 and 3. Okay, this is also a very easy question, friends. If you know about the tributaries of Godavari, it is done. So now what we have to learn, we need to read about rivers and its tributaries. Okay, and any important dams which are constructed on it. Okay, important flora and fauna on it, in national parks, all these things. It becomes important. We'll try to make notes of it. Okay, I'll share in the Telegram also. When a bill is referred to a joint sitting of both the houses of parliament, it has to be passed by. It has to be passed by simple majority. That's why we read that most of the cases when the joint sitting is established, most of the cases it goes to the favor of Lok Sabha only, because there are many people in the strength of Lok Sabha is high. This point is there in Lakshmikant very clearly. Answer is a very simple question, right? Nothing much to discuss. We have already discussed many times in 2013, 2014. Now also in the previous question that Parliament chapter is very important. Right? Now, coming to 38th question. Which one of the following regions of India has combination of mangrove forest, evergreen forest, and deciduous forest? See here, all these things are there in Andaman and Nicobar Islands and also in Himalayas. Okay, answer is D. This is also NCERT based question, friends. Okay, in NCERT this line is present. Right? Answer is D. Very simple question. Now coming to 39th question. This is the repeated question only, friends. We have seen answer is 3 and 4. This is the repeated question. Now I am not discussing this question here. Gandhara, it is in northwest. Buddha didn't go that far, right? And Avanti is in central India, right? Almost near to South India. Even Buddha, like, he is not associated with Avanti also. Yes, Kosala, he went there, Prasenjit, and Magadha, Bimbisara. Right? Answer is 3 and 4. This is the repeated question. Now, which of the following is associated with the issue of control and phasing out of use of ozone depleting substances? This is very basic question, friends. Montreal Protocol. It is related to ozone depleting substances. Bretton Woods Conference. Here the Bretton Woods twins are there, right? We know World Bank, right? And IMF, IBRD and IMF, yes, sorry. And Kyoto Protocol, Nagoya Protocol, right? All these protocols we need to make notes of these protocols as well, right? Okay. Now see, we know I've already said Bretton Woods Conference related to IMF and World Bank, IBRD. Okay. Montreal Protocol for ozone depleting substances, right? Kyoto Protocol on greenhouse gases. Okay. This is on the benefit sharing. Okay. Benefit sharing from the gains of genetic resources or natural resources. Okay, this is also a very easy question, friends. But since UPSC has asked about other Bretton Woods and Kyoto Protocol, Nagoya Protocol, all these things, we need to mix the comprehension notes after it because sometimes UPSC may ask about these protocols also, right? So that's it, friends. This is the last question for this video, and try to make notes of all the important topics, important dimensions which you have discussed in this video and the previous videos as well. Try to make own notes of yourself because it helps you a lot in recollection in the examination hall especially. And I also try to make notes and I'll share in the telegram also. Please try to supplement my notes with your notes. Okay, it gives the holistic notes for the prelims, right? And that's it, friends. Please subscribe to the channel if you like the video. Please comment your feedback and whichever things, if I have made any mistakes, okay, please comment a valuable feedback also. And please share to your friends and family who are preparing for the competitive exams. So that's it, friends. Thank you. Let's meet in the next video. Jai Hind.